What's this one?
Oh yeah. Well,
is
this
Carp
is
talk
short,
about?
right?
Two of them, right?
Yeah, this is about, well, I don't know. I didn't watch that bottom one, but the top one is just a real quick clip of him describing why people, Ivy Leaguers are voting for Mamdani in New York.
I see.
This is such a tired argument. Okay.
And I think the average, Ivy League grad voting for this mayor is highly annoyed that their education is not that valuable. And the person down the street who knows how to drill for oil and gas, who's moved to Texas, has a more valuable profession. And I think that annoys the fuck out of these people. And I think the average...
Oh my God.
Well, there's a couple of things to this. One is the disillusioned Ivy League grads. That is a big talking point on the right, as a way of somehow suggesting that there isn't a broad-based reaction to that elected, or I should say, electorate that elected Mamdani. I mean, he represents part of the Bronx and Queens in the assembly, so it's not his political base is not with Ivy League grads, but also. I'll tell you what we don't have is I've never met anybody who has left anywhere I have lived. I did not go to an Ivy League, so maybe that's why I didn't meet them, to go down and work on an oil rig. Well, I actually know somebody who works on an oil rig 6 months out of the year, but I don't think they do that and they come back and then they do their farm.
Is he suggesting that people who are college educated may not be able to recoup their investment and that they are downwardly mobile? That is he frames it as some sort of hysterical resentment, or you could also reframe it as the material reality for a lot of people who are college educated. And you're on to something about how they're trying to get ahead of the narrative, because I was reading something, I forget where, but it was about how there are Republicans who are deeply concerned that once Trump goes away, or Trump passes away of natural causes, or whatever he decides not to run again in 2028, which he's constitutionally not allowed to do, but who knows, that the coalition is going to fall apart, because it's built on a bit of a cult of personality from Donald Trump, and that all of these college-educated voters have migrated to the Democratic Party. But the Trump and the Republicans in 2024, when he was on the ballot, made gains with working class voters, non-college educated voters, Latino voters. This completely shifted this last election. We saw that in New Jersey, Union City, which is heavily over 80% Latino, Cheryl swung that by over 50 points from Kamala Harris. You saw swings in Latino districts across the country towards the Democrats, both in reaction to the ICE raids and also in reaction, of course, to the economic situation. And they're just straight up lying about Mamdani's coalition. This is this lazy... Matt Iglesias is doing it too, basically saying that these are a bunch of commie white people in Brooklyn. And yes, Brooklyn drove turnout, and he crushed there.
You hear that, Dan Goldman?
But you want to hear in areas of mostly black residents, Mamdani, plus 26. Mostly Hispanic residents, Mamdani, plus 20. Biannual income, below 50K, Mamdani, plus 8. Residents without college degrees, wait for this, Mamdani, plus 5. Those are the actual results of the election. But apparently, Palantir CEO, who is a part of the regime that is surveilling ICE protests and scanning your faces to see if you are legally allowed to use your First Amendment rights. There's this guy is at the vanguard of the surveillance state. Palantir currently has a $10 billion contract with the Pentagon. Peter Thiel is responsible for J.D. Vance's basically entire career, donated $15 million to his Senate campaign. And so they are genuinely threatened by Zohran Mamdani's politics, and they're lying about his coalition.
I mean, you got to hand it. The Palantir guy might know exactly who voted for Mamdani in these neighborhoods.
In that interview, though, he says that there's really no concern with the surveillance state. So,
oh, that's good to know.
There's a load off my shoulders.
Yes, there we go. We can breathe deep now. Yeah, let's take a break from Mamdani reactions.
Yes.
to
fair enough.
go to. I mean, we still
Keep
have
going.
more.
I could keep going.
For weeks, all we've heard is how Trump's big, beautiful bill will cut Medicaid. But almost no one's reporting on a buried provision that would make Trump untouchable. Go to ground.news/majority to see how this bill would block judges from enforcing court orders unless you, the citizen, post a bond first. Highly credible sources warn most people can't actually afford to do this, and that's pretty obvious. So if this bill passes and Trump violates the law, it wouldn't even matter, and nobody even knows, which means the GOP's flood the zone strategy is working. And it's why I think Ground News is the best tool to expose these blind spots before it's too late. My partners built the only app and website pulling in news from across the globe, then breaking down each source's bias, credibility, and the news the right tries to bury. And considering most people take the first article they see online as fact, their browser extension is essential. What it does is it flags the source's bias and links other credible reports to verify the information. Ground News is a better version of how we're already staying informed. So I got you 40% off the same unlimited access Vantage plan that I've been using. That's just $5 a month when you go to ground.news/majority, scan my QR code, or redeem the code majority if you're using the app. With at least another 4 years of this, they're counting on you to be distracted. This app is how you stay focused. Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.